Start with bracing your core and pulling your belly button up to your spine. You're going to begin with your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. From here you can pull your heel towards your bum and imagine you're holding a ball behind your knee. While maintaining complete core control, slowly bring your knee up towards your hip. Make sure you don't bend the spine. For this test, we're going to bring your knee towards your chest. Again, brace your core and as slowly as possible try to have complete control. This way you should feel the point just before your spine tries to bend. Now we're going to try to bring the knee outwards, away from your body. Brace your core as much as you can, as it's really easy for your hips to start swaying or tilting. You can try to imagine there's a ruler between your hips that you're trying to keep dead parallel towards the ground. As you can see here, I'm letting my hip come all the way up and my spine bend as I bring my knee up. Here we're going to brace the core and bring the knee in line with the hip. Make sure your lower back is always in touch with the ground. While keeping your knee exactly in line with your hip, you're going to let your foot come towards the inside of your body. Then you're going to go back to neutral and let the foot go away from the body. Try not to let the knee go away from its initial position of being exactly in line with the hip. Again, starting in the quadruped position, we're now going to try to segment the spine. First, try to isolate the sacrum, then following with the lumbar, thoracic, and cervical spine. You may want to do a few cat and cows to warm up first. And if you find this particularly difficult, try recording a few attempts. Try to isolate each section as much as possible, meaning try not to move any other part of your spine apart from the one you're thinking about. Then returning to neutral, we're going to now try to go the other way. Again, starting from the bottom of the spine, try to imagine going vertebrae by vertebrae. For this next test, you can choose to grab a light pole or PVC pipe. You can also choose to sit or stand. Make sure your fists are at shoulder height and your elbows are locked out. We're going to begin with going up as far as possible towards our ears, then back, then down, then forward, all isolating with your scapula. So you should have a nice and controlled core, straight arms, and only moving from the scapula. For the last test, we're going to sit down, bring the scapula back and down, and push your ribs down. You can leave your hand on your rib to feel if it's flaring. You can also choose to make a fist or have the thumb pointing upwards. With complete control of your scapula being back and your ribs being down, we are going to see how far your arm can come up without your back moving. So for example, what not to do is to bring your arm up and then out, away from the midline of your body. And another thing not to do is to bring your arm up and let your ribs flare and back bend as you're doing it.